Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store, where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it.
Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with Naya Depths with Minsc Boo, which is really cool. This is a card that has been legal in paper for probably over a month now and has not been on MTGO until recently. It does cost a pretty penny, so a huge thank you to Runcore for letting me borrow a copy. And yeah, the deck is now the same online as it is in paper, which is really nice because I felt for a little while it was getting close to a bit of a divide by what you saw in paper results and what you were seeing online for the deck. So to have it all under the same roof and Minsc online is very cool. So what changes? That's probably the big question on people's minds. How do you fit in Minsc and Boo? I think the first card that a lot of people are cutting is the third Sylvan Library, because that does typically... How do I put this? I think in some ways they share the same role, which is nice. Both provide card advantage, both are great against the mid-range control decks, and we have to find room somewhere because Minsc Boo is just insane in this deck. For those of you who are unaware what Minsc Boo does, Minsc Boo is a 4-mana Planeswalker that comes in with 3 Planeswalker points? Planeswalker counters? Loyalty counters. And also when it comes into play, and at the beginning of an upkeep, you may create Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample and haste, which are very key because the +1 is put 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature with trample or haste, so your your Boo can become a 4/4. Very cool. However, your opponent can respond to this with lightning bolt, so do be aware of that. The neg-2 is sacrifice a creature. When you do, Minsc Boo Timeless Heroes deals X damage to any target where X is that creature's power. So that part is a fling, but then if the sacrifice creature was a hamster, like Boo, draw X cards. So typically what you want to be doing is either flinging a 20/20 Marit Lage to deal 20 damage, maybe a large Knight of the Reliquary to deal X damage, or sacrifice something like a 4/4 Boo, hopefully post-combat, to draw 4 cards, which is pretty insane. This card is really nice because it can't be Pyroblasted. It is a little bit harder to Prismatic Ending than other threats we've come across. So Minsc is pretty sweet. It just fits really well into this deck, and also just giving you a threat every single upkeep is insane. This card is really, really powerful, and I think Naya Depths is probably the best shell for it. There's a lot of sort of Rug and 4-color decks running around like now. Lands, of course, as well is running it. But I think that Naya Depths has a really nice mix of threats and ways to take advantage of it that some of these other decks don't. Especially being the fling for 20 to kind of win out of nowhere. So that's pretty cool. Because of this, I did actually add in another Taiga against the Wasteland decks. I do want to have 3 red sources, especially against some of the control decks where I probably am dropping down on some amount of Mox Diamonds. So to find the room for that, I also changed something that I'm trying to figure out how I did it. I know. So Minsc Boo is also quite nice because it means that game 1 we do have a pretty nice out to things like Ensnaring Bridge, which I was a little bit scared about. So I did actually take out Liberator, but I do want to run 1 main deck Prismatic Ending, so I kind of just want to drop the Liberator because of the flexibility of Prismatic Ending. I don't mind running 61, as I've said before, Maze of Ith being that 61st card, but I'm going to trial this without the Outland Liberator and without a Green Sun's target to deal with an artifact or enchantment, and then go from there. Potentially it's better because it is tutorable as removal, but I think Prismatic just being able to hit things like Delver and DRC is quite nice, so we'll see how that slides. The board is very similar to the old school lists, or the lists I was running previously. I'm not running chokes, just because we have the Minskers as kind of those threats we really want. I could see choke still being in the board somewhere, but I'm running 2 more endings in the sideboard for further removal. I got this idea from Dan Neely, so big shout out to D Neely. But I could definitely see chokes in here as well. I mean, chokes are quite nice at just maybe even force checking our opponent to see if they can still there, but we'll see how we go and do that. But yeah, iteration number 1. Let's see how it goes. A huge thank you to Card Hoarder, who allowed me to get the cards that I needed otherwise, and sponsor the channel. And of course, MTG Mate, who's an Australian online retailer, sponsors the channel, is a big fan, have some big plans coming up. Nick doesn't know, but I've been planning something. Pretty keen to share it with him pretty shortly. We'll see how that goes. It is sad to see some of these new cards pretty expensive. Luanil with 2 trophies. Both of these were with Depths, which is very cool to see. Luanil also coming on the channel. So Jason will be coming on the 16th, and this coming Saturday will be XJ Cloud, which is pretty cool. So both, I believe, will be D&T, probably mono white with XJ, and then the red white splash with Luanil, which will be cool. But yeah, really looking forward to getting those 2 back on. Okay. Up against Wizard Pastor. I generally don't like no plan until turn 3. Wasteland, of course, is half a spell, but I'm pretty happy to mulligan this and move towards a Green Sun start, or even a start with something like a Swords to Plowshares or an Elvish Reclaimer. This is better. We also have the Minsc, which is quite nice. So I think here, it could be Mox pitch the library. Sorry, it could be turn 1 Mox into library instead of Green Suns for Dried Arbor. My opponent's also mulligan to 6. I think we're definitely keeping this. It's a case of, what do we want to do? It could actually be a case of just dropping the Minsc here and finding it later on. Because I think 2 lands and the Mox with library is really nice. And to be fair, library can find a Minsc down the line, so that's definitely interesting. The only reason that I don't want to bottom the Minsc is that I don't really want to go down to 2 lands, one being with the Moxen, and then the library not resolve or get removed on turn 1 somehow. Bottoming Zenith is interesting. The Zenith is quite nice because it's a turn 2 play after library if this doesn't make it. I think it's tough to bottom the Minsc, but I think it might just be Minsc, especially if it's going to be a fast combo deck. And then we can bottom the Sajiri Step to the Mox Diamond for turn 1 library off the Savannah. There's actually a world where I want to go turn 1 Mox into Step and then fetch land into library, which then allows us to find just 1 more land to get to the bin to be able to Green Suns for a 3/4 Reclaimer. I kind of like that. Mox pitch. Just gonna go for a Savannah. Play library. This is quite nice, especially if it's a Delver deck. This means next turn we can play Green Suns for Urborg. Needle. Okay. Main deck Needle makes me think this is more mono black Depths than like a mono black Pox deck. I think either way, the decks both run him, I believe. We did play it the other day, so let's have a quick look at what we played then. Mono black Depths. Okay. Typically not in the main deck, but I don't mind just paying here. This matchup is most likely going to be not a case of losing to incremental damage, unless they play Voidwalker and start attacking. But I actually might just put the planes back, because I do want to respect something like Voidwalker, which can just be a bit of a true name nemesis, and then maybe pay 8 next turn. We can also get 2 creatures into play here as well, which is nice. And also shuffle away that land. Needle could also mean Saga, that's true. Unless it is a version of this deck running the full playset. And just in case it is black-green, I don't want to play the Yav just yet in case they don't have green mana in hand. But it's cool to see this version come on MTGO. I know Tony did well with it. Mana Confluence, okay. Alright. So this is looking just to be Turbo Depths. Nice. So they got the depths, which means that next turn they could potentially have crop rotation into 2020. I think in that case I'm happy to pay for all of these. Hey Rascal, a huge thank you. You went 4-1? Very nice. Very, very nice. Now this is pretty interesting. I could fetch for Caracas, which means I hold up 2 mana. I think I'm going to get rid of the Yav. And then just Green Suns for another Reclaimer. I could also just Green Suns for Knight of the Reliquary. I actually like that as well. I like Green Sunning for Knight here, because then next turn we have a few options around Prismatic Ending and Instant Speed lands that come into play untapped. Yeah. Definitely tough though. There's depths, that's fine. Another needle. Okay. I wonder if they also have Hexmage here. They name Knight. Okay. This is fine. So we can Prismatic Ending the Needle naming Knight, and then get Caracas, which is pretty nice. We have to play around Not of This World, which is pretty hard. I guess we also have Prismatic Ending here as well. So we'll see what happens. Oh, Swords is really nice. Okay, I guess we also have Maze of Ith, to be fair, so we have a few things we can do here. So they have 3 cards in hand. So I'm definitely going to Prismatic Ending the Needle naming Knight. And then we have both Caracas and Swords to Plowshares. So we're definitely putting back the Moxen. I think I'm also putting back the Knight. But going to 3 is pretty much the same. I don't mind digging either. But I'm not... I'm probably not casting this turn anyway because I want to go get a land that I will be tapping for its utility, not for its mana, which leaves me just with... Oh no, I will have 3 left over. No, because I want to use swords as well. Yeah, so 2 mana is tied up in these 2 removal spells. We have 2 mana left over, and then, of course, Knight for the rest, so... I still don't mind it. I don't think we get got by anything. I could also just try baiting a Not of This World with swords on Maritlage. Because I probably want a swords first before I Caracas. This is fine, because I actually don't want them to gain the life, which is quite nice. The only issue here is if they have another Not of This World. Or a Elvish Spirit Guard and crop rotation. But surely not. Oh, another one. Tough. Now let's think. I think that's actually it. I think because of double Not of This World, there wasn't a way to play around that. I think that's just it. I'm trying to think if anything tapped does anything, but I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's just GG. Let's just have a quick look. But I believe there's nothing. Because Maze comes in tapped. Caracas, of course, is there. We can't gain enough life to do anything. Yes. Yeah, tough. Sideboarding. I like taking out one of my own depths. I don't mind the libraries and being aggressive with those. I don't mind the Minskers either. I don't want to... It's probably just the endings. I like ending more than bringing in the Force of Vigors. Safekeeper probably isn't needed either. I have been seeing Dismember in the sideboards. But I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, Bog is actually quite bad. That's very true. I think this is fine. Tough. Nothing to complain about either. Like, I think a really good start for us. Like, turn 1 library, we had multiple removal spells. But None of This World is a pretty sweet card. You don't want to reveal it to Bob in some of the older builds, but otherwise, you're doing pretty good. And yeah, always tough to mulligan away a card that you want to test and try out, but I think that hand with 3 lands, a Mox, Green Sun, Sylvan Library is pretty strong at just setting up to later on draw into a Minsc, hopefully. Yeah, I'm typically okay with 61 Adepts because of the amount of tutors that we have. This is an awkward one because it's a 1-lander with 1 Mox, and I really want my mana to be okay. This is much better. I'm gonna bottom the Dark Depths. I could also see Depths staying, but I think I want these 3 spells. I do want the Moxen. The Step can go back. The Caracas is really nice. Yeah. The issue is that I'm not really doing a whole lot if I don't keep the depths. Like, it's a very reactive hand here, and we know about things like Thoughtseize, which is pretty tough. Yeah, okay. I'm going to play out the Mox Diamond here, pitching this step, just to hold up crop if needed, and also just to play around Thoughtseize effects. Because this is currently my only green source. But I do think if I played in a challenge, I'd make room to go down to 60 for sure. Stage is pretty nice. It means that next time we can cast this Endurance because we can copy the mana confluence. Also just means we can hold up actually copying Dark Depths, which is kind of nice. Wait a second. Do we also have the combo here because of the Urborg? I think we do. I think we do. I just want to double check this. We can float black and green. Yeah, we can crop this away for Dark Depths. Talk about stealing one. Yeah, classic. That's why I don't mind keeping in one depths against other depths decks. Typically it's not correct to go for it, but there are times like that where it's like, there's a little window and you can sometimes just get your opponent, so. No real changes here. I think overall, like, we are better suited to beat Rainbow than Rainbow is to beat us, so I think we're pretty happy just sending this back. Yeah, very sneaky, especially there where you see Stage, Caracas, Mox Diamond. You don't typically think, oh, like that's... should be playing around the crop here. A slow hand, but I think for a 7, it's pretty nice. There isn't really a card here that we loot, that this hand just folds to if we get, you know, Thoughtseized. Like the Library and the Minsc are pretty similar. The crops are obviously similar. We also have like turn 3 mana no matter what because of the flagstones and crop. Okay. I think they take either the Knight or the Library here. Obviously they can't take them. Yeah, it's got to be because there's no real point taking the crops. And the Minsc they cannot take at the moment. I think it's the Library. There is a case if we draw into Mox Diamond, we just cast Turn 1 Library. But Knight is kind of our only threat here, so I could see the Knight being taken as well. They go for a crop, okay. Green Suns. That's pretty nice as well. I think that's just going to make me Green Suns for Dryad Arbor here, because then it means turn 2 we can play Library and hold up crop, or potentially just play the Knight out. Yeah, taking crop could also mean double discard. It could also mean they have one way to deal with crop. Urborg? Yav. Okay. Safekeeper. Okay. Safekeeper's definitely tough. Hey, Maverick Joe. Too kind. Too kind. I hope you're doing well. So now we just want to always hold up crop for Wasteland. So I think we'll tap these two to play the Sylvan Library. There is a world where they have Dark Depths pedal Hand Disruption, and then in response to crop, go for it. But then they only have Yavimaya left as a way to protect the Marit Lage, so we can then untap with Karakas and then Karakas again. So I think here we're actually in a pretty nice spot. Green. Crop this away. Okay. Okay, they're Bayous. They have Hexmage. They have 2 cards left. I think just in response to this, in case they have Spirit Guide, Crop. No, because then they're still stuck with 1 land. I think we're okay with this. Attack. The Minsc is kind of checked by the Hexmage, so I'm happy just to get Savannah here. And then get Wasteland. And then we can just hold up that Wasteland. Mox is pretty nice, especially if we find a land here. Yeah, okay. So now we have a few things we can do. I could be aggressive, Wasteland, a land, play a Mox, pitch this, Green Suns for Ramanap, get back Wasteland. But I have to think about the 2 cards that I would hate to see, and that's Spirit Guide and Crop Rotation. Because then they can just crop in response. And then we don't get priority and get the Wasteland back before they actually just go off. So I think we lead with Swords, and I think it is going to be on the Safekeeper. The only thing about... Yeah, I guess we could play the Minsc. And then hold up Wasteland. There's definitely a few options here. Holding up the Wasteland is key for me. That's key number 1. But yeah, I don't mind going for Mox... Pitch the Foothills. Don't really need to pitch it there, but I think that's okay. They could also deal First Strike and then sack and target it, but it's not going to happen. Okay. Ah, now if they have crop rotation, they kind of have two ways to go about this. I think we just let this resolve. There's no point wastelanding. I might as well wasteland now, and then they lose both. Yeah. Now they copy. But they do go down to one land. We also have Green Suns for endurance here. As like a second way to... Yeah, land is pretty nice. Oh, but again, if they have... We can draw 4 cards. So my thought is use 4 mana to Green Suns for Ramanap, get back Wasteland, Wasteland the Urborg. In response, they give Pro with this. I guess we might as well go to 2, because we're just dead anyway. And then we get to draw 4 off the Boo, so I do want to see fresh cards. Ooh, Minsc to kill the Safekeeper is pretty good as well. Yeah, it's very true. Oh my gosh, yeah, so good. So we get to... Sacrifice... Yeah, Boo, target Safekeeper, and then... If they try to activate, we can Swords in response. It's definitely not over, but like they're left with no board and we have a Boo coming and yeah. Pretty nice. But yeah, I should have seen that line a little bit earlier, but of course we can, yeah, use this. For some reason I was only thinking about flinging their face, but like if we draw 4, 1... okay, doesn't matter. All good. Nice to get off on a high. But yeah, Boo there, really strong. Hamster hammer. Haha. Very nice. I was trying to think of a way they could potentially deal with the Boo, but also hold up the combo. It's pretty hard. It would have to be me going after the... Yeah, it would be... Yeah. A little bit too hard. But yeah, hey, really cool to see Boo, or Minsc Boo, in Game 1 and have a pretty good effect on the outcome of the match. Yeet. Yeet that hamster. I need to get like a new GIF going. For sure. Hey Sarah. Stop hamster time. Nice. Alright, we'll get something going. Maybe I'll get Kai to put together a little sound clip. Because he is obviously a pretty good singer. Hain or pasta? No, it's a tough spot. My only thought was if you had a Not of This World in hand, that would be pretty tough. But yeah, even like, yeah, it was pretty tough because we get to draw... Yeah, it's tough. I guess you could, in response to Boo targeting the Safekeeper by sacking the hamster, you could give Shroud to the creature, and then it would fizzle the ability for me to draw 4 if I was drawing into an out, potentially. But yeah, I think overall, like the green-white matchup is fairly favored against any sort of Rainbow Depths version, but like the game one hand is exactly what you want. You want double Not of This World, just to make sure you can kind of get through any sort of Swords of Plowshares or prismatic endings, or really nice. But yeah, cool to see Depths out. Also, just a nice strong 7 in the game 3. But yeah, Safekeeper. Safekeeper probably one of the more pesky creatures to deal with in the sort of mirror or Depths mirrors, especially in multiples, and especially once you have things like flagstones running around or opponents just making land drops. I remember losing like after 6 turns after playing out a Safekeeper against a blue-white control deck when I had a Marit Legion play, and it came down to me pitching a Savannah to Mox Diamond earlier on than playing it because I didn't have the extra land when they had a removal spell, and it was brutal. But that's how it happens sometimes. But I'll be interested to see how the deck evolves with Minsc, where people make space. Because I do like the 2 in the main deck, and I do like them along other things. So Runcore, funnily enough, was the player who lent me the second copy of Minsc Boo. I like this hand as well. I think we're just going to lead on Safekeeper. I think here I want to keep the Green Suns for Reclaimer. So I will just fetch for a Savannah and play Safekeeper. Which, if it draws out something like a Prismatic Ending or a Bolt, I'm probably okay with just allowing that to slide. Hey Saito Sand, welcome. Ah, Elves! Okay, well now I definitely want to be as fast as possible. Okay. Trying to think if the extra damage does anything. I think here we are just going to go for Reclaimer. And then get in for 1. I should know that Runcore only plays Elves, but because they had a copy of Minsc, I was like, maybe they're trying it out in something special. But I should have. They are part of the Sylvan Syndicate. They did put together the Sylvan Syndicate banner, so I should have known. Four mana left. Okay. Honestly, here I think I'm just going to have to crop to take out this Cradle, especially before they untap with Reclaimer to make use of it. Ooh. Yeah. They have 2 cards left. I think it is worth just trading a crop and a land here for Wasteland, and then just going on the route to victory with Reclaimer, hopefully, if we can buy some time. But Cradle just such a strong card that I have to kind of deal with it right now. No great attacks here either, because they can untap the Reclaimer, so just going to pass. Hmm. Right. Sav, and let's go forest. We sack this for flag. Untap. Play a land pass. We then have 2 mana and flag, which is 3 mana. We sack the flag and go get land plus stage, which leaves us access to 2 mana for stage and then a land open. So with 1 more land drop over the next 2 turns, we can then also get Dark Depths and make Dark Depths. But if we go for Savannah, Forest into flag now, sorry, no, into our Thespian stage and untap, I think getting the flag gets us a turn closer because of the extra mana we get from flag. So I think it is correct to get flag here and then the following turn get stage and then hope within the next 2 turns we draw an extra land to play. That makes sense. I also don't mind getting Taiga, to be fair. Flagstones. Okay. I wish I knew what the Pepe Sylvia line was. Swords. Okay. Well, now we can hold up swords as well, which is kind of cool. We could also endurance ourselves to make sure we put enough lands into the bin if needed. Nah, it didn't really matter, but I think I should have probably swords potentially the Reclaimer there. No, because they could just return it. They have 1 card in hand, plus once. What do they find? Wywood. Okay. Do they return anything? No, but they do fetch. Okay. I think here I do just hit the Wywood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, I don't think there's a world where swordsing a creature that we own gets there because of how wide they can go with hoof. I don't think we can use swords defensively. I think I'm just going to hit the Wywood now. There is a world where I could save it for Allosaurus Shepherd, but I kind of hope that we just get to a stage where we can hold up the combo. Wywood just makes it really awkward to try to get rid of their creatures. Okay. I see how it is. Oh, that guy? I never knew his name. Sadly, I have to say it, I've never seen that show. Oof. They have the hoof. Maybe not. Maybe they're trying to hit a natural order. Bog's gonna be fine. They're gonna bug me. I guess... this is fine. Like, do I really need anything there? I think I'd rather hold the endurance in case we don't draw. No. So the only reason to keep the endurance is that next turn, if we don't draw a land, we can't combo off, we can hold the endurance up to block. But if we're having to do that and chump, we're not winning the next turn anyway, because they can just keep going with... So I think it actually is just worth putting these lands back to increase my chances of drawing that land that I need to go off the following turn. Also, putting the endurance back is quite nice. Alright. Sack the flagstones. We will get a Savannah. It is another green source if needed. Then get stage. And then hope that somehow this is enough. And there's the land. Alright. I think sadly turn 5 is just a little bit too slow for elves. We don't have Tabernacle. I also took out Chasm, because typically we're a turn faster than elves. Okay. Nothing. So they must have Beseju here. Which I'm definitely going to play into. We do get a land from it. Oh. I didn't expect that. They mustn't have drawn into it. Yeah, wow. I mean, that's, yeah, like, it really is a race. So this is going to be an interesting one. It's just going to be the prismatic endings. We're taking out the Bog, and we're taking out a Caracas, and that's going to be it. That was really surprising. But sometimes that can happen, like you only run so many Besejus in the deck. Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have Yavimaya out, because that can be a bit of a trap against elves, because then they can fetch up Beseju, or Bajukabog, I guess, with Elvish Reclaimer, and then return it to their hand. This does have interaction in one piece of the combo, but it's a little bit slow. I do like having a quicker hand. A little bit like a turbo style hand. So I am going to mulligan this. This is much better. We have 1, 2, we have the Reclaimer as well. We can put back a step. I'm pretty happy to keep this. No turn 1 play is massive. Wow, okay. That is really nice for us, because we get to go Yav, Stage, So we get to go turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Library, and then turn 3 Hold Up with Crop. No Tabby Chasm does hurt the matchup, but I've found that typically they don't matter as much as you might think. Oh, they're playing the Elf Lord. Nice. Okay. Mox one time. Swords. It's definitely interesting. 1/2, Cradle is 4 mana. I could Swords the Dryad Arbor here to hurt them on mana. That's pretty nice, just to slow down the draw effects of this. It also doesn't take me off a turn, which is nice. Hey, Lowen. So we can Windswept Heath for Plains, and then we can crop that away for Dark Depths on end step. It might actually just be a plateau, because I care about that least. I could also be really aggressive and crop for Wasteland on the Bayou, but I think here I'm probably happier to just hold up the combo. This also means they're less likely to hold up Bojuka Bog this turn. Sorry, Boseiju. I keep saying Bojuka Bog. Yeah, sadly Cardboard Live doesn't have that functionality yet with Minsc Boo, but I assume they will add it into the database pretty shortly. Ooh, okay. They find Caracas. I don't think I want to use the crop just yet because I either want to draw into Wasteland or Dark Depths, and I'd rather just take the extra draw step to see if I draw into either one of them. Dryad Arbor. Not what I want, but we can play Library this turn and also hold up crop. Hey, Mining Man. A huge thank you. Really, really cool to see online lining up pretty nicely here. I think in this spot, just to keep them off 4 mana, I will actually crop and hit this Caracas. They don't typically play crop themselves. They could have like an instant speed endurance or Once Upon a Time, but I'm okay with that. But keeping them off 4 mana for Natural Order is just where I want to be. Just to keep Progenitors off the field. Okay. Well, the step in hand does answer that to some extent. They will get to... Oh, they didn't Caracas themselves. They could have put the Caracas back in the deck to find with Reclaimer, which is interesting. And they chose not to. There's the other crop. And there is the perfect land. Because of the Caracas in the bin, and the thought of them having Boseiju, I actually don't mind just going for it now. If they have Run Afoul, they have Run Afoul, but we can't really play around that anyway. Depths. Tap. Very cool to see this card getting played in Elves. I know that I believe the Challenge had an Elves deck that played 3 of these in the main deck. Opponent also most likely knows we now have access to Sajiri Steps. This is looking pretty good. Put on top, put on top. Step this. Definitely a tough spot for them. To have the crack as early is quite nice, but it's also a hindrance because it does put it out in the open. Oh, they have it! Alright. We don't have another way to get a flying creature, so we will just sacrifice it. And we'll just hold up crop here. I guess we could crop now if wanted. But I think I'd rather keep one half of the combo. And then we can reclaim her for... yeah, the other one. We can reclaim her for depth. We can actually reclaim for either. But yeah, run afoul really cool. I have definitely thought about... Oh, they play a Besaju as well. That means I just want to go for natural order. No, yeah. Alright. Oh, Grist? Interesting. That is probably worth me saving. This is actually pretty interesting. Maybe I just don't care about this as well. I think I would rather just get stage. Ooh, there are some left, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hey Damo, too kind. 12 months is very cool. Hope you're doing well. Hope the coast is nice. We'll have to come down sometime for sure. Swords is pretty sweet. Oh, Minsc is sweet here. Do we just change? Do we pivot? I mean, Minsc also going up to 4 is relevant. Alright, alright. I probably don't want to go to 6. Put on top, but I will pay for this. I think I'd rather kill the Grist with a 4/4 hamster than sack it and draw. But I think this is fine. Yeah, we can also go for it next turn as well, which is pretty sweet with the crop. It goes, we can't, of course, because it, yeah. We do not want to get a Boo. Probably just want to keep it back. No, I don't want to keep it back. There's no reason to keep it back. This thing is insane. I think also just to play around another Boseiju, I'm happy to make it here. I don't know if you can hear my dog running around. Or the house's dog. Because there's possums. Alright. Tough. But hey. That Minsc. That Minsc. Very cool. It's tough as well because you could say that our opponent did have a Boseiju in play that they could have held up for the combo, but the way that I play it is that I'm not going to go for the combo unless they're tapped out. So I think just having the mana there is probably a lot better for Runcore. Yeah, exactly. Like sourcing our own creature is definitely pretty nice as well with Sylvan Library in play. But yeah, I need to get something to go with the hamster because we do have, of course, Questing Beast, but I feel like Boo is just the newest hamster. Boo is just a new questing beast. Just a different kind of quest. This hand is pretty sweet. Make my land drops, early aggression. Prismatic Vista most likely means a blue-white control deck. Kind of want to keep the Green Suns for Sylvan's Safekeeper, so we're just going to go for a Reclaimer here. Okay. I kind of like Green Suns this turn. I could have actually played the Yavimaya this turn to then try to go off the following turn. That was probably correct. I might just hold up Reclaimer here. No, especially because the double step, we can't really just act like we have nothing. I'll probably be happy to trade the Reclaimer there for Snapcast Mage, seeing that we already have Dark Depths and Yav and Crop in hand. Iteration's fine. Okay, so they're going to be Jeskai. Interesting. Pretty happy to save this. Probably just taking out the forest. Like, we're making land drops here. We're going to be more than fine. Oh, Mox is actually really nice. I'm just going to play the Cradle and attack. I don't want to play the Depths just yet. But I will hold up the Reclaimer as well, because we can get... I might just get Sajiri flagstones right now because it's just so good at protecting. Could also just go for stage right now. I kind of like flagstones. Interesting spot. I kind of want flagstones just for the safekeeper. Yeah. I should have also done that with and yeah. I could have got an extra two points of damage there. No, because I just used the Reclaimer. Come on, man. It's 10:20 at night. I had a long day at work. Give me a break. Interesting. They're really trying to get rid of this. What if we crop for another flagstones? I don't think that's worth it. I think I'm actually happy just to keep protecting. Is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. Because now we just get a Savannah. Yeah, Bolt's definitely interesting. But that's like 3 removal spells just for this Safekeeper. And one of those lands has been Flagstones, which is quite nice for us. They chose to not shuffle. But they did just play a Scalding Tarn, so they could potentially just want the top card. Wasteland. I kind of like keeping Wasteland just in case they have a Caracas. So I will... I'll still play it out because I might just want to turn it into a Flagstones. Sanctuary is interesting as well, especially if they fetch here. They don't fetch. They don't fetch in draw step either. Double fetch. Guess we could also get Bog. Still happy to get Flagstones here. Another Mox. Okay. I think I'm okay with this. Because if they try to get a Sanctuary, we can just bog them. They probably target Iteration. Dude, is that a Green Sun shirt? It is! It is a Green Sun shirt. They go for swords. Okay. I'm going to start with Float. Because they can Hardcast Force here. So I actually think I just want to... Ooh. Okay. There's the force. Sure. Honestly, I probably just still want to save it. We get a land off the flagstones anyway, so I think that's more than fine. They're down to 1 card as well. Get the plateau. And then go and get the... Probably just a stage here. Yeah. Stage because it comes in untapped. And then next turn if we draw a land, we have access to all of it. I guess they also get the swords here, but... That's fine. We have the plateau to sack to that. We didn't get Bog. Yeah, sorry, we were supposed to get Bog. We were supposed to get Bog, for sure. Yeah. Oh, that's it? Okay. Oh, Endurance? That's pretty sweet. That probably means we're just attacking with the Reclaimer here. And then holding up Endurance. I can also Endurance myself just to put all those lands back and start getting flagstones again. Haha! Classic. Surely not another one. Surely not another one. Okay, good. Oof. Hey, Darkport Bill, we did get a Minsc Boo on MTGO, which is very cool. Yeah, if they had 3 Sanctuaries, I would also lose my mind. Oh, nothing. That actually makes me just want to hold up Reclaimer and attack with Endurance this turn. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna definitely give Force of Fill a that's actually fine. Like we don't care about that. Force of Fill is the man. Force of Fill did a really cool Green Sun Zenith wrap. Ponder is fine. They chose to shuffle their library, which is nice for us. Alright. Let's go and get that Dark Depths. Nice. The grind. Can someone please, in chat on YouTube, tell me how many removal spells this Safekeeper saved? Like, that was actually insane. Jeskai control. Jeskai is always going to be a bit of a tough one. I do like the endurances. I do like the blast effects. I don't think I need the prismatic endings, but they can be okay. I typically take out the Maze of Ith, the Karakas, a Mox Diamond, a Knight, especially for the endurances. I do like the Swords to Plowshares still because of Mentor and how good Mentor is just as a plan. I don't mind maybe going down to 1 Mox, just having the 1 Mox in the deck. Maybe another ending. Ending is pretty good for 3 Fairy, but so is Minsc Boo, which is quite nice. So if they go to Fairy, we can then play Minsc and then hopefully take out to Fairy. But I could see a world where it's worth just having 2 of these and maybe cutting on a crop. I think that's fit pretty fine. 3 crop and 3 Knight. Yeah, Mox is always in. Actually, no, because I did actually add in the other Taiga in this list to have the. Yeah, so we're gonna keep in the Knight. I think just having threats is solid. If they have back to basics, I'm not going to bring in Force of Vigor. I'm just going to hopefully have a blast. So Pretty happy with this. They have so many good removal spells as well that it's hard to like think about surgical. Like turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Flagstones. It's pretty strong. Yeah, the second Tager is mainly there for Wasteland decks to have the extra red source, and also against these sort of matchups where I want more red, even when I'm taking out the Moxen. Okay. Yeah, Minsc would be really strong. Which is why I kind of like Choke, because I feel like Choke is a forcible threat. Which means they're going to have one less force, most likely, for a Minsc Boo. But it's tough to have both in the deck. It's tough to find the space. I still like just jamming Library here. Iteration is perfect because it means they're not going to be able to deal with this library this turn. I want to find a fetch for a red source. Yeah, no Narset, no Teferi bounce is really nice for us. And I probably am just paying... Yeah, I'm just paying here. I'm a little bit... like... Double green would be sweet here to play Safekeeper and Ramanap, or the Safekeeper and Reclaimer. I think I'm just going to play the Knight. Just for mana consistency. Okay. I think they're going to try to Prismatic Ending this library. Which is quite nice. Like, we've already drawn 2 cards off it. Can't be too unhappy with that. Which is pretty hard these days. Getting any value off library. Wow. Well, we can copy something, which is nice. I will go down. I will play the stage. And still, I can only do one thing a turn, which is a little bit tough. I think it will just be Safekeeper pass. Safekeeper can get me a red source, I guess. Because it can sack the Flagstones for a... plateau. Hey, Luinil. Will they force this? Okay. I guess now we're just holding up the stage to copy. Could also copy Flagstones of a stage, that's correct. I think because I don't have the choke, I'm happy just to copy the Volk. They get back Iteration. Is that worth endurancing? I don't think so. I think that just puts me so far behind. But definitely something to think about. Okay. We still have a library on top, so I am just going to copy their Volk because I don't want to shuffle that library away. Yeah. I also don't mind bogging this turn. They could use the other fetch here, I guess, but that's probably okay. They don't. They're down to 3 cards. This is definitely worth hitting. They can get it back with the Flooded Strand, but if they allow us to untap and get another green source into play, we actually have this Endurance. We're at 11. I think we have enough threats, but I don't mind the Prismatic as just a might need. So here we can... I don't want to overcommit. I don't mind just Reclaimer hold up Endurance. That seems fine. They fetch, they get the Sanctuary, they target this. We cast Endurance. They fetch again. I'm not sure why they do that. They've done that twice now. Where they fetch out a land with the other fetch in response to the Endurance instead of just keeping the fetch land around. Because that's pretty huge. Like, if they draw Brainstorm here, they no longer have a fetch in play. Yeah, they've done it. Yeah, they did it last time as well when we Endurance them. They fetched again. Just a land. Nothing. Wow. Blast is huge. Oh, okay, so we can actually go for 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we can hold up Blast with thing here. I don't really want to go to 3 though. We did see Bolt, didn't we? Yeah. So I think here we just attack with the Endurance and then just hold up the combo with Blast. Oh, but we can't hold up the combo with Blast because this is our red source. Okay. Well, we can at least start getting some value with the Reclaimer, which is nice. And then also Ramanap as well. Well, I mean, honestly, what are we really caring about here for Blast? I think I'd rather just gain the 20 life, to be fair. And then we have Ramanap to get stuff back. Hey, Mikagrippo, huge thank you. That means the world. It means a lot. Thank you very much. Too kind, too kind. Thanks for the sub. We will use, but we won't really do anything here. The crop is actually pretty insane. Yeah. I'm not sure what they could have there, especially with like protection through Reclaimer, protection through crop, Pyro as well. It all comes up Millhouse, which is pretty sweet. A little bit risky with that hand. It was really nice to have the turn 1 Reclaimer hit by, I guess, Swords. I was going to say Prismatic Ending, but... yeah, the mana there was a little bit off because we were only able to 1 spell a turn for a fair while there, but otherwise, it looked alright. And I guess the upside of playing a version without choke is that I'm not hit by my own chokes if I do copy their Volcanic Islands for red mana. Hey Wilford. You've thrown a Hammer, a God, and a Knight. Haven't thrown an Avatar yet, but I don't run Depths combo. Those still seem pretty sweet to throw, let's be honest. Especially a Knight. Knights can get pretty huge. I wonder what the biggest hamster is so far that's been made on MTGO. I would assume a 3, 4, 7, 10. I reckon a 10-10. I think either most players would win by the time it's a 10-10, would sack it, or opponents would concede. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to keep this, and probably just go for turn 1 Green Suns into turn 2 Knight. Opponent's mulliganed. Yeah, Forest Green Suns. This could also put us... Our opponent could put us on Elves, potentially. You threw a 9/9 Slowgurk. Nice. You threw a 19/19, but it was EDH. Okay. Street Wraith. Okay, so either going to be a... Okay. Death Shadow. Which his hand is pretty nice against with Maze and also Sword. I kind of want a 2-drop here. I don't really want to play the Knight into Daze. Like, we can take all the time here we want. I'm pretty happy to wait 1 turn. Potentially even get this polluted delta off the field to turn off Revolt for Fatal Push. Or is that only 4 drops? I'm just going to fetch here as well. I do just want to get a basic. I guess we get a little bit hit by something like a Hymn to Turak. Okay, not too bad. It also grows the Knight, which is pretty nice. Play the Taiga as that gets around Days. Play the Knight. They force it pitching a Days, which they had. Yeah, see, as soon as I say it, it's gonna happen. But hey, that's fine. Very cool to see a few players switching back to Death Shadow so far. Another Hymn is really, really, really bad. Especially if they have the Death Shadow as well. Okay, Delve is not too bad. It's pretty good. Opponent has 1 card left. I'm not sure if Death Shadow plays Sudden Edict in the main deck, but that's kind of what this Dryad Arb is doing right now. So they have 1 card and Daze. Yeah, a lot of really... Green Suns or Minsc could be fantastic. Alright. I guess we know about the Daze, so I don't want to draw a 4-drop. Okay. It's all Snuff Out. I think here I just want to go for the combo over 2 turns. They do typically play Wasteland, but this gives them only 1 more draw to find it. Or attack with both. No, I can't. Yeah, I'm pretty happy just to attack with the 1. Hey, Wilford. 2,000 copies of time. I feel like you would be a player that could break MTGO. There's a few players out there who can do that. I'm not sure if I'm lagging. I'm gonna get rid of the Yavimaya here. Get stage. We untap, which is nice. Another Reclaimer. Now we just pass back. It's a combo open. I could, however, play around Wasteland by just going for it now. I don't mind that, because even if they have Burrow, we can back it up with another Reclaimer. They have 3 cards. One is Days. But I definitely know they play most likely 4 Wastelands, maybe 1 or 2 Burrows in the main deck, so I'd rather play around that. Cycle Street Wraith is pretty good for us. Sadly, Australia just doesn't have the greatest internet, so at times, even... There's a Death Shadow. Do they also have a bounce spell? Are they going to try to block and then swing back for lethal? It's pretty tough as well if they allow the Reclaimer to untap with Pro. I think I'd rather, like, there is a world where we can give Pro and swing in for the win, but I would rather, like, I would rather play it safer and just swing in and then just block with Dried Arbor and then just swing in again. They force pitching the Days. They have 1 card left. Surely if it was Borrower, they would borrow on my turn, but, like, in a world where that isn't the case... They could have Dress Down. That's pretty interesting. I will also fetch here, because I don't want to get to a situation where they can respond to me using Elvish Reclaimer. Because I want to block with the Dryad Arbor. So there is a case where we, like, block and then go to sack it before damage. Or don't sack it, and then we have to sack the fetch land, but then they just have, like, bounce in response. Can they dress down Fatal Push? I think dress down Fatal Push works, right? Pretty sure. Death Shadow. Okay. I'm pretty happy to take out the Caracas. I do want the Prismatic Endings. I do want the Blast Effects. I think that's probably it. The Endurances are quite nice as well, but I don't think they're exactly where I want to be. Yeah, I think it would have to be, like, dress down to make me use this. No, because I can even... It'd have to be dressed down into something else. Dress down into bounce, dress down into Fatal Push. Something like that. Typically, like, Delver. So, like, the libraries I can definitely see coming out. The Minskers I could see coming out. They're not the greatest in this matchup. I actually like this. Like, just win. Like, it's always tough. I usually take out libraries because these decks can be so aggressive, but without the reach of Bolt, I don't mind playing 1 library, just as a way to make sure that once we start, like, 1-for-1ing our opponents, we can then start gaining some extra, so... I think it's something like this, maybe, like, just 1 crop. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think it's just going to be Nice and patient is how I like to play against this sort of deck. I also don't mind this hand. I also don't mind leading with a Mox Diamond to entice a Daze. It doesn't have removal or blast, but it does have double Reclaimer, which is really nice. Alright, we're also going to think a lot here. Well, that's really nice, because that's exactly what I want. So let's start off with Mox. Let's see what they do. They let it go. Okay. I think it's the Dryad Arbor just because it is a little bit slow. And I can't really play around... Sudden Edict here. Do I want another Mox? Maybe. Maybe not. Tapping like this allows me to bluff Elemental Blast and also Crop Rotation. Brainstorm's fine. Okay. Alright. That's not too bad. We still get to play Green Suns around Daze. I really like this matchup. I think if I was going to give someone who asked, like, what's like a cool deck to have alongside Depths to play a heap of Magic, it would probably be this. They have 2 cards left. I think they Wasteland now to not play into the Reclaimer, but okay, no. I'm just going to fetch now because there is a world where... I guess I don't have to. I could tap this for mana. So they could get me with Daze here, where we cast the Knight. No, because we can just tap the Windswept Heath for mana, which is nice. So let's go like this. Wow, maybe it's Force Blue card. No. Okay. Alright, we take it. Delver, fetch, pass. Ooh. Okay. This is pretty nice because we can sack the Windswept Heath, get a Savannah, float mana, Wasteland the Wasteland. Wasteland tries to hit something. We then have 1 mana floating and Yavimaya. Oh, so close. I was going to say to go and get Depths, but the Depths comes in tapped. They're also at 11. 1 card. Yeah, so we can't Wasteland with 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana. We're 1 mana short of being able to incentivize the Wasteland, Wasteland back, and then use 2 mana and 2 mana. Green Suns doesn't get us a whole lot either. It does get us Endurance, which is kind of cool. Just to buy some time. Could also do that right now. And then attack with no, but I do want to fetch, don't I? No, I don't really need to because it would only make this a 1-2. Yeah, so I think we just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Green Suns for Endurance, which means we don't just die somehow. I could also get a second Knight. Or get Safekeeper. Safekeeper's really interesting here. Because we can make this a 3-4 by sacking 2. And then make them have to have a removal spell the following turn. They are going to daze it. Okay. This is fine. Maze of Ith is unfortunate because it is blocked by both of these. I think it's actually going to be fetch land, fetch, making this a 3-4, get a Savannah, and then pay for days. And the card left in the hand is the days. Huh. So I could also get... Yeah, just in case they have a way to delve like another threat. Because how do we lose? We attack for 3 here, they go to 8. We lose if they flip the Delver and then have a way to delve away another land, another spell. 7, 10. No, 6, 9, 4. It has to be 4. Yeah, so it might just be another knight here, to be fair. I think another knight is actually fantastic. It also makes this wasteland a lot less appealing. Yeah, I don't think there's any need for endurance here, unless I was really scared of somehow dying on the crackback, but I don't think they can currently do that with the land, the hand they have. They also might have to start chump blocking. They missed on the Delver. They drew a card. unknown. Because we can also stage copy our own Cradle if we need to get another land into the bin. While we attack with everything, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, it's pretty tough for them there. Because even a shadow off the top doesn't do it. Because we can sack... I guess, yeah... Dash Shadow is interesting, because we can't give double... Oh no, we can actually. We can give double Sejiri step protection, so... find one, find another, give pro, and then swing. So that's pretty cool. Alright, see if we can finish this off. The deck's been really nice tonight. It's been pretty consistent. There hasn't been too many spots where we've really had to rush towards the combo. Elves is probably that one, but I think Elves also, Runcore got a little bit unlucky with just how fast they can combo off. Especially in game 1, not being able to find the Boseiju. They had a lot of draws, they had the Once Upon a Time. Hamster Trophy would be very cool, let's be honest. But hey, if you guys like this content, you can find more of it on my YouTube and also on Twitter. Big shout out as well to Michael Mapson. I would call myself a player who plays Green-White Depths. I would call Mapson a Green-White player. So someone who's definitely more experienced, has a lot of very good finishes with the deck. So if you're a fan of Depths, definitely check out the Dark Depths podcast, Expedition Map on Twitter. We do also have a stream. We did a stream a little while back. I'd love to do another one with him and get him on, because he is obviously a pretty fantastic player and really knows the ins and outs of the deck. I believe in paper he's got something like an X3 record with the deck over how many leagues. But yeah, deck's a pleasure to play. Really enjoy it. I do really like Max from Min Max. His version of Rug Dreadnought is really cool. I believe this is it. Oh. Yeah, so it plays Minsc Boo. It also plays Phyrexian Dreadnought, so you can kind of Dreadnought attack and then deal 12, which is kind of cool. It's like a mini 2020. But yeah, playing Maddening Hex as well on the board, obviously playing Stifles with the Dreadnoughts. This deck is really cool, and I think a really interesting take on Minsc Boo in kind of a rug shell. Even Uro, like attack with Uro, ping them, play Uro again. Fabled is also pretty sweet with Dreadnought or Uro. Actually, it might be non-legendary, so it only works with Dreadnought, but still, very, very cool. Just listen to the latest Everyday Eternal, and they said they won't win. Yeah, I'd love to go back with Julian, Kai, and Callum. I went to the 99th episode of Everyday Eternal and had a really good time. So to go back on and speak about Green White X in Legacy right now would be cool. Be really cool. Big fan of the content. Max is a great deck builder. He also has a YouTube at MinMax, which you should check out. The hamster's legendary, so it's definitely not non-legendary. Sorry, I was referring to Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which when you copy, I believe it's copy another target non-legendary creature. So with that, you could copy Dreadnought and then sack that Dreadnought to Minsc, which is kind of cool, but you can't do it with Uro. But yeah, nice pickup. But yeah, obviously, like, Delve is pretty tough. I think when we played Dead Guy the other day, we played against Reanimator and then Blue-Red Delver 4 times. Maybe one of them was Jeskai. But that doesn't typically happen. Typically, we're seeing a lot more of just different decks around, which is cool. This is kind of a one-lander, but I'm pretty happy to keep this, especially with the Green Suns as well. I think I'm just going to ramp. Yeah. How often have you thrown Maverick with Minsc Boo so far? In paper, only once. And online, not yet. But this is only the first league, so... something to think about. Oh, Snow-Covered Plains pass. Wow, no turn 1 play for a most likely... They are on 7 cards, which is interesting. I think I like just getting out both Reclaimers here. If they have an upkeep cost though, I'm definitely sniffing out Terminus, which would be brutal here. Or I guess a draw step. Yeah, often unnecessary, but you never know. Oh, is this going to be Soldiers? Okay, so this is a new card. Vigilance, as it comes into play, look at opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Spells your opponent's cast with the chosen name cost 2 more to cast. Okay. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate unless they're mana abilities. Yeah, this could be a pretty big one. We've played against Soldiers before, and Suppression Field was very good against this deck, especially in numbers. I think I'm actually just going to crop into Wasteland potentially here to get the City Traders and also start beating down with some 3/4 Reclaimers. Oh, they can just name Reclaimer as well? Okay. Safekeeper. I think I like holding up swords on this, and then also holding up crop, potentially just for flagstones to then Reclaimer away. I'm trying to think if I have to play around anything here while they're tapped out. Like if they have any flash creatures, like if they do play Aven Mind Sensor. But I kind of just want to swords this, and then use 2 mana after using crop to go and get flagstones, sack that, get a land, get something else. Yeah. I think just because of that, I'd rather play at sorcery speed here. So let's go swords on this. Crop this away for flagstones. Use this now. This is now a 3/4, which is fantastic. Go and get Savannah. Go and get probably just Depths here, but I could see us just getting another flagstones. Or Wasteland. I don't mind Depths. Means they kind of have to have something like Caracas and then hold it up. I don't mind flagstones. But it's tough. There's a few things here. Like, Wasteland's nice if they untap, play a 3-drop, don't play a land, and pass. It's also just an extra mana for us if we want to use it for Dark Depths the following turn. I actually don't mind just putting the combo on the field and then attacking with Reclaimer. It's also quite nice to bring them back down to 20 life. But potentially correct just to hit that City of Traders just because of how much this deck functions at 3 mana and above. If this is a chalice for 1, I'm pretty happy to see that. Like, I don't really care about that. Well, they play a Saga. Okay. Okay. And then nothing. Yeah, typically these decks don't play a 1-drop. Here we're just going to attack with both Reclaimers. And then I don't want to play into Caracas, so I'm happy just to hold up the combo here. Timeless Dragon's fine. Hey Texas, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Let me know where you're from. Obviously Texas, I assume. Saga. I guess if they play a Wasteland or just a Plains here. Huh. Archon. That's fine. Because now we can just make the 20/20, then give Pro White to swing through. Unless they have Solitude? Surely not. I guess it could be Solitude, and therefore we should just attack with both of these. Yeah, like maybe they just thought like this was the only way to get there. I don't mind taking it slow. I guess I should have played that second main. We run 2 copies of Sejiri Step. I actually am just going to attack with both. No words. I don't know. Whatever you guys ask, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we like the prismatic endings, we like the Force of Vigors. I don't know if we like the Collector Oof, it really only turns off the Moxen, or the Chrome Mox. I don't like the Bog. Safekeeper seems great. Maze seems fine at keeping some things at bay. Yeah, Eli, you're on it. Also, very cool, Eli. I know you don't play too much Modern, but I believe Modern Goblins took down the Modern Challenge on the Sunday? Maybe the Saturday? Saga might fetch Foundry? Correct. I guess Minsc is another nice way to kind of answer Foundry, which is cool. Not just Bridge. Grenham paid him, nice. Maybe they just saw the writing on the wall? Yeah. I still think the Moxen are fine. Library are pretty good. Reminup's good. I could see the Endurance coming out. It is kind of a nice, like, beatdown play if they bring in something like Rest in Peace, but... I do just like the, that Force and Prismatic are either free or hit a variety of things, from Hate Pieces to Creatures. Guess they didn't have map, or they would have fetched it off Saga and gotten a Caracas. Nice. Jason with the mind. Just the Galaxy. Come on now. It could just be like a library. And... I still like Maze. I still like Caracas. Could see like one Moxen. Mox isn't that big in this matchup. I guess it does get things down quicker. I don't mind kind of playing around with a little bit. I think the prismatic endings are really nice to have on top of the one already in the deck. And this is a pretty great hand. We have Force in with the Dried Arbor. turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Library. Other than like a creature heavy start, we have a pretty nice hand. I'm not sure if Mono White Stompy got anything in the new set. I feel like it did, potentially. Oh, they're going to start with that. So if I really wanted here, I could force this before they can tap it for mana. But I feel like if they did have a turn 1 play, it would be another artifact or enchantment, so I'm happy for them to have it. White Plume Adventurer, but not on Moto. Okay. One of the rare times Arbor in hand isn't light ability? 100%. Oh, just a pass with the 1 Saga. Okay. Another. Okay. So they must have City here? Or potentially land into Chrome Mox? If they go land Chrome Mox, we are definitely force figuring that Chrome Mox before they can tap it for mana. Oh. Oh. Okay. This is fine. We're definitely targeting here, let's be honest. Oh, they have a City Traders? That's going to be cool. Trinisphere. I think here we just take out the Saga and the... I think it's Saga and Needle. Saga Needle. They still have 3 mana under the Trinisphere, but we can just start holding up Reclaimer to start getting more lands. Saga and Mox? Saga and Mox is nice. I do want to get rid of the Needle though, just so I can just... Because that's my turn 2 play. Underneath this Trinisphere, my turn 2 play is going to be hold up Reclaimer. So I think it is... For me, I think it's going to be Saga and Needle. They are on 1 card, it's very true. Doesn't get much more perfect than Flagstones there. I think because here... like, I don't want to run myself into Palace Jailer. Like, I could play around something like Aven Mind Center here, but I think playing around Palace Jailer is better. Or the 3-drop that allows them to grab a land. They find a Wasteland. Okay. They don't tap anything for mana? That's really strange. So they have 2 mana underneath the... Okay. Wasteland's pretty perfect here, because they either Wasteland this now, or we Wasteland it, and then we just sack whatever land they target. Really tough spot for them. Yeah, that's fine. Like, now I don't mind just playing the library out. Or just going for the combo over 2 turns. Honestly, I think we're... I just want to close this game out, and that's through the combo. So here if we sack 1, we have 2... I actually don't mind just getting Wasteland and Wastelanding them again. Okay. Now we can just start beat down with elves. Could have also kept both up there. Got Yav with the first, and then I think that's probably correct. Yav with the first, and then get Stage with the second. Apologies. That was definitely an incorrect play. Yeah, could have also got another... Yeah, there's definitely a lot of lines there, which is nice, but... Hey, we get the trophy, which is pretty sweet. Pretty nice. Deck was cool. Deck was really sweet. We played against... What did we play against? Elves? We played against, Jeskai? Mono White Soldiers? Rainbow and Shadow. Nice, very cool. I think we're going to open these chests as well. Let's be honest. Oof, yeah, that's what I want. Let's just open them all. Let's be real. Anything good? Anything? Doesn't look like it. But that is fine. Yeah, pretty happy with the deck. The deck was sweet. Let's go to Decktech. Yeah, big yikes in the chests, but hey, we did pretty well. What are we thinking about? What are we thinking about? This isn't it. This isn't it either. Is it this one? There it is. Alright. Let's put them into rows of 5. Two, 4. Alright, so we have a row of Miss. And then we can put this here. Oh, so close. Let's put these here. Let's put these here. This here. This here. Nice. Okay, so I would say this is like the maybe board. This is a maybe. This is a maybe. That's probably it, honestly. I think that currently this is what I'm testing out. The main deck, Maze and the Prismatic Ending. And then the third, Deafening Silence, the 2 Prismatic Endings in the sideboard for extra removal, and the Surgical is just another way to have like turn 0 hate against a lot of Reanimator online. Hey Mike, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm playing 2 Minsc. I think Luinil was playing 3, which is pretty sweet, having 1 more in the sideboard. Like, I think for Naya, you definitely want... Like, I would say... These 10 is probably stock. Like, you typically have 2 Force, 2 Endurance, 2 Deafening Silence, 1 Oof, 3 Blast effects, and then you kind of get a bit of flexibility around what you want in these 5 slots. Like, I know Gaddock Teeg is kind of cool as well, playing really well against some of the other blue-white control decks. Against some combo decks, it's reasonable, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, Minsc was nice. Minsc, although it still creates a creature, just gives you another type of threat your opponent has to deal with, which is nice. Especially if they are even a 4-color deck that has used early prismatic endings on your creatures. They're going to have less for Minsc, of course. And once they have to start actually spending cards on Minsc and Boo, on Boo, sorry, it's pretty tough for them. I would actually say the second Taiga is also a flex. 2 flags, 2 depths, 2 cradle. The foothills, yeah, that's probably a flex as well. 2. Yeah, I think in this case, these are going to be my flexes. But yeah, overall the deck was sweet. I think that the deck has enough tutorability for me to play it as a 61 card main deck. At least in leagues. I think in challenges I might make a slot, but we'll see how that goes. Foothills is obviously nice because it is another red source and it is another way just to grow Reclaimer in the early game. I know that Mapson is a big fan of having the extra Foothills as well, or at least the extra fetch land. And Foothills just lines up well as being another green fetch for Forest. But yeah, obviously early days. Got pretty lucky with a few matches there, but always nice to finish it off with a trophy. So that's gonna be me. A huge thank you to you guys for coming in and watching. Oh, what's Viserid? That Viseridix? Oh, I thought that was actually a real. I thought that was like a new card. Classic. I'm gonna see who else is streaming and send you guys over there. But hey, if you guys like this content, definitely consider subscribing or following, just like Corazan just did. You can also find me on YouTube, where you can subscribe there. And also, if you're on Twitch or Twitter, you can follow me there. It looks like... Nice. Tagores. Streaming. Modern. Oh, Lord Beatrice? How do I know that name? Oh, Frank Carsten? Now, Frank is someone that I've always wanted to raid, so I'll send you guys over there. But hey, a huge thank you once again. All the best. Hey, Pursue. Too kind for the gifted subs. Too kind. Just in time for me to thank you for that. I'll be back later this week. But until then, enjoy. A huge thank you.